Every lap, every race, every bit of paint traded for every hard-fought place. Every checkered flag and trophy raised. Every ounce of dirt, sweat, and gears. They're all jammed inside every can of NOS Energy. Go ahead, open up a can.
It's ARP Fasteners for whatever you race. From 2 wheels to 4. Off-road, on-road, even water. From the flat track to the salt flats. Grassroots racers, weekend warriors, and pros alike trust ARP. Made in America quality, family owned and operated. When failure is not an option, it's ARP-bolts.com. No matter what you race.
You wanted the best, you got 'em for a rest. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Brake hard with the all-new Smith Tie Complete Big Brake System. Our Big Brake titanium rotor offers doubled cooling capacity, and our centrifugal fan hub increases airflow to the hotter-running inner half of the Big Brake rear caliper. Say goodbye to brake fade and overheating, and hello to shorter stops and longer pad life. Complete your system with titanium piston front caliper, front rotor, aluminum billet pedal, billet reservoir, master cylinder, lines, and quick disconnects, and you'll be unstoppable. Smith Titanium. We winnovate.
DIRTVision presents World of Outlaws, NOS Energy Drink Sprint Cars, the pinnacle of dirt track racing. Featuring sprint car racing's best drivers, biggest races.
David Travel is the King's Royal Champion. Slide up in front of Cowboy, and at the line, Cowboy gets the win.
And best coverage.
Welcome back to the greatest show on dirt.
You wanted the best. You got 'em for a rest.
DIRTVision is home to the greatest shows on dirt.
It's a beautiful Wednesday night in York Haven, Pennsylvania, where tonight the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series make their annual stop at BAPS Motor Speedway for the Brickers Bash. 43 sprint cars signed in the pit area, ready to do battle at one of Pennsylvania's finest. Welcome into DIRTVision's live coverage, everyone. My name is Connor Wade. Tonight kicks off 4 races in 5 days for the greatest show on dirt tonight at BAPS, but then 2 nights at Williams Grove Speedway in Mechanicsburg for the Summer Nationals. The weekend caps off up in New York, the only stop in New York this season at Weed Sport. Big 5 days coming up for the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series, but these 3 races in Pennsylvania are going to have a really special atmosphere. That's because one of the state's own just recently won the King's Royal Saturday night at Eldora Speedway. Let's kick off our DIRTVision pre-race coverage reliving the King's Royal last Saturday night.
They race side by side into turn 1. Casey Jedrzejczyk on the bottom, Anthony Macri to the top, and he will take the lead down the back straightaway, and Brian Brown follows him into second.
Brown will go to the bottom side of the speedway. Anthony Macri off turn number 4. He leads the opening lap.
Brian Brown a bit for the lead on the inside of 3 and 4. Pulls even with Anthony Macri, can't complete the pass, but stays with him again on a lower line in corners 1 and 2. Carson Macedo now coming after the 57 of Kyle Larson, and Houghton chills off the pace on the back straightaway. Brian Brown to the inside of Anthony Macri, looking for the lead into turn 2. He'll slide up, but Macri goes between he and the outside wall. Macri maintains the lead, but Brian Brown is right there with him. Larson to the top in turn 2. Around the outside of Danny Dietrich, move Kyle Larson into the top 5. Dietrich trying to reclaim that spot on the bottom in corner number 4. Brown on the cushion, Abreu to the bottom of the speedway in 3 and 4. They'll race for second, and Rico Abreu will take it as they cross the line. The top side in turns 1 and 2. Kyle Larson around the outside of Ashton Torgerson. Move Larson now into the 4th spot. Kyle Larson into the 3rd spot, and now coming after Abreu for second, and he'll take it by a half a car length out of corner number 2.
He'll go down, blocks the advance of Rico Abreu, side by side off of turn number 4. Rico back into position number 2, puts Larson back to 3rd. David Gravel, 19th on the starting grid, looking to get into the top 5, pulled alongside Torgerson for the spot. Torgerson with the advantage as they hit the midpoint of the back straightaway. Now Gravel into the top 5 into number 2. Rico Abreu, half second quicker last lap than Macri.
Macri just hit the wall again in turn 1. Anthony Macri tapped the wall with the right rear corner of the 39M.
He sees the white flag. Final lap underway. Anthony Macri continues to lead over Rico Abreu just over 1 second. Macri off of turn number 2 gets a run down the hill and has got good momentum down the backstretch.
Rolling into corner number 3 and out of turn 4. Call him King Anthony, the 42nd. Anthony Macri, flag to flag at Eldora Speedway. Rico Abreu 2nd, Kyle Larson 3rd, Brian Brown 4th, and David Gravel from 19th to 5th.
$200,000 and easily the biggest win in the career of Anthony Macri. We talked about him to kick off our Wade's World here this evening. Anybody that's watched sprint car racing, particularly in Pennsylvania the last couple of seasons, has definitely heard the name Anthony Macri. Seeing him go to victory lane almost 80 times in his career, most of them in Pennsylvania, though he started to travel and have some success on the road as well. Everybody expected big wins to come for Anthony Macri. However, this one came maybe even a little earlier on than we expected it to. The biggest win in the career of the Concrete Kid, beating Kyle Larson, beating Rico Abreu, and beating all the Outlaws to win his first King's Royal and be crowned King Anthony, the 42nd, a huge accomplishment for the Dillsburg, Pennsylvania native. As you could imagine, it still hasn't set in on King Anthony that he is a King's Royal winner.
It's pretty cool to think about, and honestly obviously really special, and the history of the event, and on top of it to have Kreitz to be able to crown me, it's just all really special and kind of fairy tale type deal, but I don't know that it's fully set in yet, but it's I don't know, it's just really special. So to be able to see everyone so happy, and with how much the win means to me and the family and just PA in general, and obviously it's pretty cool when some drivers that you looked up to as kids, when you look up to as a kid, reach out to you and congratulate you. That's obviously pretty cool and really special too. So obviously the slick tracks are starting to become more of our forte, and to be able to win races like the Kings Royal and Knoxville Nationals, you have to be good when the track's really slick. So I feel like we're kind of getting our card out in that aspect, and just putting a whole night together, and we've been able to do that recently. So hopefully we can kind of keep that momentum up and keep our car good, and everyone's confidence up, and we'll just keep plugging away.
If you followed Anthony Macri's month of July, that was a good indicator that a big win was coming. His races this month, how about 10 races, 2 wins, 9 top 5 finishes in those 10, obviously getting that Kings Royal win. That was fresh off of a 3rd Pennsylvania Speedway Championship. So that win Saturday night telling us that Anthony Macri is going to be contender at every big sprint car race that he shows up to. This week for him the focus, beating the Outlaws once again. He did so back in May whenever the series raced at Williams Grove for the Morgan Cup. So the series rolls into BAPS this evening, resuming points points racing. Of course, the Kings Royal Saturday night was a non-points event, or I should say show-up points only. Friday was full points, but even though it was full points, we were still really just thinking about the Kings Royal. So to refresh your memory, here's what the point standings look like with the greatest show on dirt entering tonight. David Ravel, the series points leader by 174 over Buddy Kofoid, Carson Macedo, Logan Schuhart, and Sheldon Honshield, the top 5. It's Donnie Schatz in 6th, Giovanni Esselzi is 7th. However, that's going to change tonight. More on that situation later on. Bill Baylaw, Chris Wyndham, the leading rookie, and Garrett Williamson round out the top 10. Let's focus in on the top 3 in points as they continue to battle things out. And I want to look at the last 10 full points-paying races, which goes back to June 4th at the Jackson Motorplex. Since then, Carson Macedo has actually been the series' biggest points leader at 1,430 points. That outdoes both Buddy Kofoid and David Ravel. Macedo with 3 wins in that time. Buddy Kofoid has led 69 laps in that time with 1 trip to victory lane, and David Ravel has 2 wins and 6 podium finishes. Carson Macedo tonight enters especially hot after success at Eldora and a win against High Limit last night at Lernerville. Looking forward to seeing how the top 3 in points shake out in these 4 points races over the next 5 days. Points resume tonight in the chase for the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series Championship. We had some silly season take place last week at Eldora after the Double Down Duels nights. Giovanni Selzi announcing on social media that he had departed KCP Racing. Giovanni nor KCP Racing competed at Eldora Speedway the rest of the week. We got some announcements as to where those situations sit as of right now. Giovanni Selzi joins Clausen Marshall Racing for the remainder of 2025. Next time we'll see him with the Outlaws will be the Knoxville Nationals. And as far as KCP Racing goes, they will stay on the Outlaw Tour for the remainder of the season with Emerson Axum, the young Franklin, Indiana native, as the driver. We've seen glimpses of success for Axum with the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series. He's obviously proven his talents in his short few years in sprint car racing, but this opportunity for him with the 27 going on the shelf is an opportunity for Emerson to just continue to make a name for himself.
Me and Matt got in contact, and he said he needed a driver to finish out the Outlaw points, and I looked at it as an opportunity to maybe if I can build a future with this team, and great. And yeah, that's honestly my biggest thing that I'm looking forward to is getting in a car that has, won around the Grove and been fast at places that, I guess if I would have been with my own team, that we would have quite a bit of learning curve to try to learn and get experience. But jumping in a car like this, these guys have a lot of experience, and that's basically the biggest thing I'm looking forward to. I've been fortunate to be with, every owner I've been with has been really great to me, and I'm sure Matt will be the same, and everyone on this 18 team will be the same towards me. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think we got a good group of guys here, and if they can put their knowledge together and get me comfortable, I think we'll be all right.
A look at Axum's career numbers with the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series. A small sample size, 41 starts. He's finished as high as 3rd on 3 different occasions. 15 top 10 finishes, 1 quick time. That was in the season opener this year. How about 52 laps led? Beaver Dam last season, and then again to Volusia this season. So excited for Emerson to get some time on the road, and excited for what's on the horizon for Emerson and KCP Racing. Again, they will follow the rest of the 2025 season with the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series. Beautiful weather conditions in York Haven, Pennsylvania this evening. 83 degrees with a 6-mile-per-hour breeze. Partly cloudy skies as the sun sets over BAPS Motor Speedway. Outlaws only on the car this evening. The order of events looks like this. Wedge High Performance Karts Hot Laps and 2 flights of Honesty Roofing qualifying will kick us off. A special presentation during opening ceremonies tonight, a couple of them to be exact, so tune in for that. 43 cars, so 4 8-lap P races. Toyota Dash will follow. Toyota Dash Draw will follow that. A 10-lap C-Main is required. Top 2 will go to the back of the LCS. 6-lap Toyota Dash and 12-lap Microlight Last Chance Showdown on the card as well. $12,000 to win in 30 laps for the Breakers Bash here at BAPS Motor Speedway for the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series. Cars pushing on the track for engine heat. We'll kick things up to the Hall of Fame voice in the booth, John Gibson. John, Eldora wrapped up, so we roll right into 3 nights against the Posse here in Pennsylvania.
And certainly great to be back at BAPS Motor Speedway for the 5th time in series history. Such a great job done here over the course of the last few years. Scott Gobrecht and his entire staff have really made huge improvements to what was known at one time as Susquehanna Speedway, but now BAPS Motor Speedway, a key jewel in the crown of Pennsylvania sprint car racing, as the first of 3 Wedge High Performance Karts practice sessions for Flight A of Honest Roofing qualifying on the Speedway. Card number 19B, that is the Anthony Motorsports, Smith Titanium, Livingston Lawn Care, Bollinger Septic Services, Kaiser Aluminum Wheels entry. Driver out of Birdsboro, Pennsylvania is Aaron Bollinger. And right beside him, car number 51, the Trans-East Equipment Specialty Rigging, Pioneer Pole Buildings, Carroll Motor Fuels, Ken's Tire entry. Driver out of Salfordville, Pennsylvania is Freddie Raymer. From Lincoln University, Pennsylvania, and the Bush Auto Group Fast Track Express Betts Garage number 5, Tyler Ross. And from Fayetteville, Pennsylvania, the Drohan Brick and Hardscaping, Shearer Welding, Glenville Station Conduit Connections number 12 of Lance DeWeese. World of Outlaws Rookie of the Year contender from Sikeston, Missouri. The TK Concrete, Maxim Trucking, Logan Contractor Supplies, Zip Bond Smokers, Choice Cigar Bar, Inland Rigging, number 55, Hunter Schurenberg. Alongside him, another contender for that Kevin Gobrecht Award from Bradenton, Florida, in the Tub of Tiles, Amalie Oil, USA Steel Fence, Autoloads.com, number 28, M. Connor Morell. From Mangrove Mountain, New South Wales, Australia, the Supreme Poultry Scorpion Racewear, Speed Vision Tear-Offs, number 53, AU of Alex Adard. Adard having a problem getting that car fired, push vehicle back behind it. And making his World of Outlaws debut this evening from Wellsville, Pennsylvania, the CNC Repair and Towing, RPM Signs and Lighting, Spritz Capital Investments, Kiefer Concrete, number 19, R of Tyler Rutherford. Wedge High Performance Carts practice session number 1 for the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series. Alex Adard unable to bring the 53 AU to life. He'll head back to the pit area. As we prepare for the first Wedge High Performance Karts practice session, we'll have 3 practice sessions for the drivers in Flight A of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying, then bring their qualifying session onto the Speedway before we have 3 more practice sessions for the drivers in Flight B. Cars come up to speed. Green flag will wave on Wedge High Performance Karts practice session number 1. Once all drivers have completed their first lap, the times will begin to appear on our screen. Aaron Bollinger, 16.6. Lance DeWeese, 16.8. Connor Morell, 17.0. Now a 16.0 for Freddie Raymer. Hunter Schurenberg first into the 15s at a 15.842. Bollinger into the 15s as well at a 15.953. Lance DeWeese, 15.904. Everyone still chasing Hunter Schurenberg's 15.842. Schurenberg faster now at a 15.755. Tyler Roscoe's 15.818. Caution on the speedway, and just before the caution flag waves, Lance DeWeese takes the top spot in Wedge High Performance Karts practice session number 1 at 15.704 seconds. Drivers will do a couple of laps of slow wheel packing, and then we'll bring the green flag back out to wrap up Wedge High Performance Karts practice session number 1. DeWeese quickest so far, Hunter Schurenberg second, Tyler Ross third, Aaron Bollinger and Freddie Raymer the 5 fastest early on in warm-ups here this evening. A look at the Drohan Brick and Hardscaping Shearer Welding number 12 of Lance DeWeese. 11 career victories here at BAPS Motor Speedway. Hunter Schurenberg in the number 55 has only raced here twice before and only once with a wing, but that wing start was a second place run with the All-Star Circuit of Champions in 2021. Getting set to come back to green flag conditions in Wedge High Performance Karts practice session number 1. Aaron Bollinger now to 15.637. Lance Deweese goes 15.2. Deweese fastest, and Freddie Raymer now behind him at a 15.311. Deweese, Raymer, Morrell, Schurenberg, and Ross, the 5 fastest. Getting set to wave the white flag on Wedge High Performance Karts practice session number 1. Hunter Schurenberg first into the 14-second range at a 14.970. Tyler Ross and Aaron Bollinger, the top 3. Now Deweese back to second at a 15.116. Checkered flag waving. And problems for Hunter Schurenberg off the pace down the back straightaway in the number 55. So the fastest driver in that opening Wedge High Performance Karts practice session with a problem as he coasts to a stop on the backstretch. Schurenberg has turned a 14.970 at 97.154 miles per hour. Schurenberg, the only driver in that first practice session into the 14-second range. Lance Deweese, second quickest, 15.116. Freddie Raymer, third at a 15.151. Then Connor Morrell and Tyler Ross complete the top 5. Wedge High Performance Karts practice session number 2, rolling to staging on the front stretch. World of Outlaws Rookie of the Year contender leads them out. From Lemoore, California, the 2C Racing Outlaw Wings Durst Wedge High Performance Karts Kaiser Aluminum Wheels, number 2C of Cole Macedo. From Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, the Hollinger Erlenbach Racing Old Milwaukee Orange Crate Brewing, number 5W of Lucas Wolf. From Kunkletown, Pennsylvania, driving the Glenville Station, Grub and Pub, Lehigh Valley Industrial, Jetco, Carmen Truck and Crates Oval Track Parts, number 69K, it's Ryan Smith. And from Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, the Wikers Livestock RV 4-Wheel Drive Speedway Volkswagen Subaru York Excavating, number 48 of Danny Dietrich. From Visalia, California, in the Red Line Welding and Construction, King Racing Products, Morrison Engine, Smith Titanium, number 45W, it's Corey Eliason. And from Lemoore, California, the all-by-your alternative, MVT Tarleton & Son, Sage Family, Scott Boyd Family, Complete Parts and Equipment Solutions, number 41, Carson Macedo. And next to Macedo, from Franklin, Indiana, the Aspen Air Hawkeye Truck Equipment, Bring Fuel Precision Underground Utilities, number 18 of Emerson Axum. Set to fire the engines for Wedge High Performance Karts practice session number 2. We go under green flag conditions in the second Wedge High Performance Karts practice session. See if anyone can join Hunter Schurenberg in that 14-second range. So far, Cole Macedo quickest, now Carson Macedo fastest in the session, and Ryan Smith to the top of the speed chart at a 14.940. Carson Macedo into the top 3. Smith goes even quicker. Emerson Axum now into the top 5. Corey Eliason into the 3rd spot. Checkered flag displayed. Wedge High Performance Cards practice session number 2 is complete. Fastest driver in that group and now fastest overall in warm-ups in the 69K, Ryan Smith. Time of 14.878 seconds, 97.755 miles per hour for the average speed. Hunter Schurenberg still in the 2nd spot. Corey Eliason now 3rd quickest in warm-ups. Carson Macedo 4th, and Lance DeWeese rounds out the top 5. Wedge High Performance Cards practice session number 3, the final practice session for the drivers in Flight A of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. First to the Speedway from Manchester, Pennsylvania, the Trash Rate Incorporated, Summit Drywall, Hampton Automotive, Keller Contracting, Yoko Electric, number 41R of Logan Rumsey. And the 2025 Kings Royal winner from Dillsburg, Pennsylvania, in the White Cap JNS Classic C&D Rigging, Randy Shearer Heating and Plumbing, number 39M, the Concrete King, Anthony Macri. From Indianapolis, Indiana, the C&D Rigging, Sea Valley Transportation, Glenn Stires Racing, Steve Buckley Yacht Charters, Hellraiser Jacks, number 6 of Zach Hampton. And from Wellsville, Pennsylvania, the Dynatech Credit Connection Auto Sales, Pigeon Hill Designs, Kent Beverage Concepts, number 99M of Kyle Moody. Car number 66, the New Trend Homes, Napa Auto Parts, Rudisill Trucking, Nasty Nate, entry driver out of Sunshine Coast, Queensland, Australia, is Ryan Newton. And from Hanover, Pennsylvania, the K.R. Perry Trucking, Weaver's Body Shop, Big Daddy's Grill and Chill, Imes Auctions, number 33 of Gerard McIntyre Jr. From Liverpool, Pennsylvania, the Woodcrafters Hardwood Flooring, Deer Run Storage, John's RV, Donut Racing Engines, Foster Roofing, number 11P of TJ Stutz. Wedge High Performance Carts, practice session number 3 for Flight A of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Problems continue for Alex Adard in the number 53 AU in the infield, and Connor Wade reporting from the pit area. A fueling issue for Hunter Schurenberg, and they're still trying to determine exactly what the cause of that issue is as we wave the green flag on Wedge High Performance Carts practice session number 3. Anthony Macri, 3rd overall, but replaced in that spot by Zach Hampton. Hampton has gone 15.016. Those two the only drivers in this session in the top 10 overall for Flight A qualifying warm-ups. That wraps up Wedge High Performance Carts practice session number 3. Zach Hampton, the fastest driver in that group. 3rd overall for Flight A warm-ups, 15.016 seconds. Ryan Smith overall fastest at 14.878. Hunter Schurenberg 2nd, 14.970. Zach Hampton, Anthony Macri, and Corey Elias in the top 5, followed by Lance DeWeese, Emerson Axum, Freddie Raymer, and Connor Morrell completing the top 10. as we set our sights on Flight A of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying, which will work this way. 2 cars at a time on the speedway, 2 consecutive laps on the clock. Faster of those 2 laps scored is that driver's official Honest Abe Roofing qualifying time for tonight's race program. We use the qualifying times to line up the heat races this evening, as well as for the front row of tonight's Microlight Last Chance Showdown. Track record here at BAPS Motor Speedway established earlier this year by Cameron Smith. The date April 13th. The record is 14.224 seconds at an average speed of 102.250 miles per hour. For World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series timing and scoring purposes, we measure BAPS Motor Speedway at slightly over 0.4 of a mile in distance. 0.404 miles is the exact measurement, and it is made at the midpoint between the inside wall and the outside wall. Looks like they may attempt to fire that 53 AU of Alex Adard one more time. Alex Adard making his second appearance of the season with the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series. We saw him earlier this year at the Jackson Motorplex in Jackson, Minnesota. And Adard does get that car to power up. Alex Adard slated to be part of the third pairing of Flight A of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Qualifying order determined by random draw as the drivers registered for the race program earlier this afternoon. First of 3 races in Pennsylvania this week and 4 overall for the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series. Friday and Saturday, it is over to the Williams Grove Speedway for the C&D Rigging Summer Nationals. And we wrap up the weekend with our only stop in New York for 2025 with the Empire State Challenge Sunday evening at the Weedsport Speedway. Set now to bring our first 2 Honest Abe Roofing qualifiers onto the speedway. First out for Honest Abe Roofing qualifying from Lincoln University, Pennsylvania in the Busch Auto Group Fast Track Express Pets Garage number 5, it's Tyler Ross. And joining him from Sykeston, Missouri, the TK Concrete, Maxim Trucking, Logan Contractor Supplies, Zip Bond Smoker's Choice Cigar Bar, Inland Rigging 55 of Hunter Schurenberg. Tyler Ross in 5, Hunter Schurenberg in 55. First lap time for Tyler Ross is a 14.886,148,8697.703 miles per hour. Ross a winner here back in 2020. Opening circuit for Schurenberg is a 15.014,15014. Ross on lap number 2, faster at a 14.851,148,51. Hunter Schurenberg working his way through 3 and 4 for his final Honest Abe Roofing qualifying lap, and it is faster as well. Still second quick at a 14.856,148,56. Our opening pair separated by just 5 1/1000ths of a second. Next two Honest Abe Roofing qualifiers from Birdsboro, Pennsylvania. The Anthony Motorsports Smith Titanium Livingston Lawn Care Bollinger Septic Service Kaiser Aluminum Wheels. Number 19B of Aaron Bollinger. And making his World of Outlaws debut from Wellsville, Pennsylvania. The CNC Repair and Towing RPM Signs and Lighting. Spritz Capital Investments Kiefer Concrete 19R of Tyler Rutherford. Aaron Bollinger 19B, Tyler Rutherford in 19R. First lap time for Bollinger is a 15.183, 1.5183. Rutherford, hang on, bouncing through turns 3 and 4. His opening lap time will be a 15.453, 1.5453. Second time by for Bollinger is a 15.204. He'll stand on his first lap of 15.183. And Tyler Rutherford, just his 5th 4:10 start of the season. Second lap time 15.480. First lap better at 15.453. Leading the next two Honest Abe Roofing qualifiers to the Speedway from Salfordville, Pennsylvania, the Trans East Equipment Specialty Rigging, Pioneer Pole Buildings, Carroll Motor Fuels, Ken's Tire, number 51 of Freddie Raymer. And from Mangrove Mountain, New South Wales, Australia, the Supreme Poultry Scorpion Racewear SpeedVision Terros 53 AU of Alex Addard. Freddie Raymer in 55, Alex Addard in 53 AU. 2020 win here for Freddie Raymer. His opening lap time this evening, third quick at a 15.017, Addard, 24th here on June 29th. His only previous BAPS start, his opening lap was a 15.527, 1.5527. Second time by for Freddie Raymer. He has a 15.065, first lap better at 15.017. Hang on, Alex Addard way up the racetrack into the wall, and a hard crash over in turn number 4 for Alex Addard in the 53 AU. And Addard actually able to steer that car into the infield, but definitely damage to the front and back ends of the Supreme Poultry entry. We'll take a look at the DIRTVision replay as Addard went into turn 3, picked the front end up off the ground and drifted up the racetrack. At multiple points of contact with the wall, but again, Addard able to drive away from it into the infield. Alex Addard did get an official Honest Abe Roofing qualifying lap time of 15.527 seconds. Next two Honest Abe Roofing qualifiers include a Kevin Kobrecht Rookie of the Year Award contender with the World of Outlaws from Bradenton, Florida. In the Tub of Tiles, Amalie Oil, USA Steel Fence, Autoloads.com, 28M Connor Morrell. And from Fayetteville, Pennsylvania, the Drohan Brick and Hardscaping, Shearer Welding, Glenville Station, Conduit Connection, number 12 of Lance DeWeese. And a potential problem for Connor Morrell in the 28M. Morrell coasting to a stop on the front stretch. Understand the belts have come loose on Connor Morrell's 28M, stopping here on the front stretch, and will allow him to get those belts tightened up before beginning his Honest Abe Roofing qualifying run. Connor Morrell getting his first look at BAPS Motor Speedway. And we understand Connor Morrell cannot tighten the belts himself. He uses the ratchet style. Understand one of Conor Morell's crew members about to roll onto the speedway with the ratchet to get those belts tightened up. It is a safety situation, so Conor Morell will still have his full 2 laps of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. And in the meantime, Alex Addar's 53 AU rolling back to the pit area on the wrecker as we get down for a report from Connor Wade.
Yeah, while we have a sec, just want to focus in on the Atzard 53 car. A lot of damage, and you have to feel for that team after they changed the ignition box twice just to make it out for qualifying. But the rear end completely knocked out, torsion arm broke, a little bit of damage to the front axle as well. A lot of work if we see that 53 car back on the racetrack tonight, John.
Thank you so much, Connor. So again, the crew member will tighten down the belts on Conor Morell's 28M. Morell currently sitting 15th in the World of Outlaws point standings. He does have 2 top 5 finishes this season. And now set to refire both Conor Morell and Lance Deweese. Tonight makes Lance Deweese's 70th career start at BAPS Motor Speedway with 11 victories and 42 top 5 finishes. Missed the feature by 1 spot last year at the Brickers French Fries Bash with the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series, finishing 5th in the Microlight Last Chance Showdown. The green flag waves for Conor Morell in the 28M, and now for Lance Deweese in the number 12. Deweese has 20 career victories with the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series. Conor Morell with an opening lap time, 3rd quick at a 14.992, 14992. First time by for Lance Deweese is quick time, 14.719, 14719. Quick time for Lance Deweese. Second lap time for Morell is a 15.171. First lap better at 14.992. Second time around for Lance Deweese is a 14.815, but the first lap of 14.719. Quickest so far for Lance Deweese in the number 12. Next 2 Honest Abe Roofing qualifiers. From Franklin, Indiana, the Aspen Air Hawkeye Truck Equipment Bring Fuel Precision Underground Utilities number 18 of Emerson Axum. The man who was fast in practice. From Kunkeltown, Pennsylvania, the Glenville Station, Grub and Pub, Lehigh Valley Industrial, Jetco, Carmen Truck, and Crates Oval Track Parts number 69K, Ryan Smith. Emerson Axum in 18, Ryan Smith in 69K. Axum's opening lap time is 6 quick 15.16815, 168. For Ryan Smith, first lap across the line is 4th quick at a 14.968, 14968. Second time around is better for Axum, still 7th at a 15.062, 15062. And for Ryan Smith, his second lap time is a 14.988, first lap better at 14.968. Ryan Smith, 4th so far, Emerson Axum 7th. Kevin Kobrick, Rookie of the Year contender out of Lemoore, California, in the 2C Racing Outlaw Wings, Durst Wedge High Performance Carts, Kaiser Aluminum Wheels, number 2C, Cole Macedo. And from Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, the Holland Jarlabach Racing, Old Milwaukee, Orange Crate Brewing at number 5W, Lucas Wolf. Cole Macedo in 2C, Lucas Wolf in the 5W. First lap for Cole Macedo, 7th quick, 15.01915.019. Opening lap time for Lucas Wolf will be a 15.294.15.294. Second time around for Cole Macedo. 6th quick at a 15-second flat rate, 15000. And the second lap time for Lucas Wolf improves to a 15.255, 15255. Wolf will remain 10th in the Honest Abe Roofing qualifying order. First in the next pairing from Lemoore, California, the all-by-year alternative MVT, Tarleton & Sons, H Family, Scott Boyd Family, Complete Parts and Equipment Solutions. Number 41, it's Carson Macedo. And paired with him from Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, the Wagner's Livestock RV 4-wheel drive Speedway Volkswagen Subaru York Excavating, number 48 of Danny Dietrich. Carson Macedo in 41, Danny Dietrich in 48. What a year Dietrich has had here at BAPS. 3 wins, a second and a third in 5 starts at this Speedway. First lap for Macedo, 15.360, 115, 361. First time by for Danny Dietrich at a 15.257, 115, 257. Second lap for Carson Macedo into the 9th spot at a 15.150, 115, 151. Danny Dietrich on lap 2. Fourth quick at a 14.962, 14962. Fourth quick for Danny Dietrich in the 48. From Visalia, California, driving car number 45W, the Red Line Welding and Construction, King Racing Products, Morrison Engine, Smith Titanium Entry, it's Corey Eliason. And from Liverpool, Pennsylvania, the Woodcrafters Hardwood Flooring, Deer Run Storage, John's RV, Donut Racing Engines, Foster Roofing, number 11P of TJ Stutz. Corey Eliason in 45W, TJ Stutz in car number 11P. First lap for Eliason, 10th quick, 15.077, 15077. Opening time by for TJ Stutz is a 15.609, 15609. Second lap for Eliason, up to 9th at a 15.019, 15019. TJ Stutz goes 15.411, 15411. From Manchester, Pennsylvania, the Trash Rate Incorporated, Summit Drywall, Hampton Automotive, Keller Contracting, Yoko Electric, 41R, Logan Rumsey. And from Indianapolis, Indiana, aboard the C&D Rigging, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Glenn Stires Racing, Steve Butler Yacht Charters, Hellraiser Jacks, number 6, Zach Hampton. Logan Rumsey, 41R, Zach Hampton in the number 6. Rumsey, 12th in last year's Microlight Last Chance Showdown in his World of Outlaws debut, is opening lap this evening, 15.306, 15306. Hampton on lap 1, 15.218, 15218. Second rep for Rumsey up to 11th quick, 15.096, 15096. Zach Hampton on lap 2 is a 15.694. His first lap quicker at 15.218. From Wellsville, Pennsylvania, and the Dynatech Credit Connection Auto Sales, Pigeon Hill Designs, Kid Beverage Concepts 99M, it's Kyle Moody. And from Dillsburg, Pennsylvania, the Whitecap TNS Classic C&D Rigging, Randy Shearer Heating and Plumbing, number 39M, the Concrete King, Anthony Macri. Kyle Moody, 99M, Anthony Macri in 39M. First lap for Kyle Moody, 15.332, 15332. Macri's first lap across the line is 13th quick, 15.160, 15160. Second lap time for Moody at 15.416. First lap official at 15.332. And for Anthony Macri, his second lap time up to 12th fastest at a 15.120, 15120. And the final pair of Honest Abe Roofing qualifiers for Flight A rolling onto the Speedway. From Hanover, Pennsylvania, the K.R. Perry Trucking, Weaver's Body Shop, Big Daddy's Grill and Chill, Imes Auctions, 33, Gerard McIntyre Jr. And from Sunshine Coast, Queensland, Australia, in the New Trend Homes, Napa Auto Parts, Rudisill Trucking, Nasty Nate, number 66, Ryan Newton. Gerard McIntyre in 33, Ryan Newton in 66. McIntyre's opening lap is a 15.417, 15417. First time around for Ryan Newton is a 15.268, 15268. McIntyre's second lap, 15.343, 15343. Second lap for Ryan Newton, 15.351. He'll stand on the first lap time of 15.268. That wraps up Flight A of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Fastest driver in car number 12, Lance DeWeese at 14.719 seconds. Average speed 98.811 miles per hour. Tyler Ross, second fastest at a 14.851. Hunter Schurenberg, third at a 14.856. Danny Dietrich, fourth, and Ryan Smith rounding out the top five. Pennsylvania Posse, four of the top five. Connor Morrell, sixth. Quick Cole Macedo, seventh. Freddie Raymer, eighth. Corey Eliason, ninth. And Emerson Axum rounding out the top 10 as we get downstairs to Connor Wade.
Well, Lance DeWeese stepped up on the guardrail late when Anthony Macri went out and watched him pretty closely, as you can imagine. But Lance, you went out in the fourth pair. You set quick time. At that point in qualifying, where were you able to find some speed?
I'm not sure. I don't know which lap was my best lap. That's what a lot of guys were just asking. Emerson was... So I was more or less the middle on both ends, and then the second lap I was too low in one and got a little higher in 3 and 4, but both laps felt pretty good, but I knew the second one wasn't quite as good.
He's one of the best in this part of the country. Lance DeWeese, quick time in Flight A.
Thank you, Connor. So we'll get the drivers in Flight A pushed back to the pit area, and in the meantime, we'll begin staging drivers for 3 Wedge High Performance Karts practice sessions for Flight B of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. We mentioned tonight is the 5th appearance by the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series at BAPS Motor Speedway, dating back to May 29th of 1991 when Steve Kinzer picked up the inaugural win here. And again, we use the Honest Abe Roofing qualifying times to line up our 4 heat races this evening, and a special bonus this evening thanks to York Excavating, $200 to the winner of each of our heat races tonight. Again, our thanks to York Excavating for providing the $200 to the winner of each heat race here tonight. First Wedge High Performance Karts practice session for Flight B. Moving to staging on the front stretch and leading them out is the leading contender for the Kevin Gobrecht Award for Rookie of the Year honors with the World of Outlaws this season from Canton, Illinois. In the NOS Energy Drink King Racing Products, Jim Schucknick. High Performance Lubricants, Phillips and Tosco Developers. Number 7S, it's Chris Wyndham. From York, Pennsylvania, the Mountain Ridge Metal, David Hohenschild Welding, GL Capital, Glenville Station Pub and Grub, Traco Manufacturing, 23D, Chase Dietz. And from Jonestown, Pennsylvania, the Moose's LZ Bar and Grill, Heavy Equipment, Loader Parts, C&D Rigging, Milton Hershey School, Adamski Trucking, number 3Z, Brock Zierfoss. Making his World of Outlaws debut this evening from Grantville, Pennsylvania, the J&S Classics, Randy Shearer Heating and Plumbing, Sander Engineering, number 22, Doug Hamaker. And the BAPS Motor Speedway track record holder from Spring Grove, Pennsylvania, the TC Backer, Karma Industrial Services, Mark Martin Motors, Livingston Lawn Care, Lefevre Electric, number 75, Cameron Smith. Also staged on the front stretch, car number 91, the Capital Renegade, Easy Go, Betts Garage Entry, driver out of Lewis, Delaware, it's Preston Latimus. And the 2024 Kevin Gobrecht Award winner with the World of Outlaws from Pen Grove, California, in the Toyota Racing Development, Mobile One, Roth Motorsports, Roth Enterprises, HR Livestock Transportation, number 83, Buddy Kofoid. Set to bring cars to life, practice session number 1 brought to you by Wedge High Performance Karts for Flight B of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. We wave the green flag on the first Wedge High Performance Karts practice session in Flight B of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Problems for Preston Latimus in car number 91 as he slows down the back straightaway. Latimus will bring that car into the infield. Chase Dietz so far fastest in this session, 15.761. Now Brock Zierfoss moving to the top of the speed chart at a 15.367. Buddy Kofoid just behind him at a 15.375. Cameron Smith up to the third spot, and now Chase Dietz takes the top position at a 15.151. First Wedge High Performance Karts practice session is complete. Chase Dietz, the fastest driver, at 15.151 seconds. Buddy Kofoid second quickest, 15.335. Brock Zierfoss third at a 15.367. Then Chris Windham and Cameron Smith, your top five. Second Wedge High Performance Karts practice session for Flight B. Staging on the front straightaway, led out by car number 27, the Leland's Collectibles, Hefner Racing Enterprises, Blazers Body Shop, Ryder Racing Engines. Number 27 from Hanover, Pennsylvania, the driver Troy Wagaman Jr. Another World of Outlaws Kevin Gobrecht Award contender from Columbia, Missouri, the SNS Nationwide, CSC Group, LRI, Eagle Stop, Missouri Games, Impact Signs, Abbott Telecom, number 23, Garrett Williamson. And another Rookie of the Year contender from Leduc, Alberta, Canada, and the Warrior Building Development Building Packages, Direct Nelson Brothers Construction, Pack Rat Dumpsters, number 99, Skylar G. From Glendale, Arizona, in the Pels Tire Service, RF Knox Company, Auto Barn, RSI Outdoors, Shark Racing, number 1A, Ashton Torgerson. And from York, Pennsylvania, the Bronco Billies, Schaefer's Lawn Care, Whitcomb's Farm Market, Inch & Company Realty, Trevor Stubb, number 38, Brett Strickler. From Ephrata, Pennsylvania, the Fleet Reps, EMM Sales and Service, Rizzer Motorsports, the Tree Center, number 45, Jeff Halligan. And from Hanover, Pennsylvania, the Polk Brothers Racing, Dynatech Controls, PhilPools.com, SCC Trucking, number 17, and of Dylan Norris. Second Wedge High Performance Karts practice session for Flight B of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. We go green on Wedge High Performance Karts practice session number 2. Everybody looking to top. Chase Dietz is 15.151. Dylan Norris goes 15.702. Skylar G 15.5. Troy Wagaman into the top 3 at a 15.344. Now Ashton Torgerson second quick at a 15.272. Checkered flag waving on the penultimate practice session of the evening. Fastest in that Wedge High Performance Karts practice session and second quickest overall in Flight B warm-ups, the 1A of Ashton Torgerson at 15.272 seconds. Chase Dietz still quickest with that 15.151. Torgerson second, Buddy Kofoid third, Troy Wagaman fourth, and Brock Zierfoss rounding out the top 5 with one final Wedge High Performance Karts practice session set to roll, and leading them onto the speedway from Hanover, Pennsylvania, the C&D Rigging, Dryden Duramax, Federated Auto Parts, Mark Martin Motors, number 1S Logan Schuhart. The Alaskan native, now living in Heartland, Wisconsin, driving the Anderson's Pure Maple Syrup, Honest Abe Roofing, Wayne Carini, Indian Motorcycle of Metro Milwaukee, number 17B, the North Pole Nightmare, Bill Baylog. And the 10-time World of Outlaws champion from Fargo, North Dakota, in the Advanced Auto Parts Curb Martin One Source number 15, Donnie Schatz. From Worcester, Ohio, in the NOS Energy Drink, West Tennessee Expediting Frozen Farmer Maximum Oil number 17, Sheldon Hodenshield. And from Myerstown, Pennsylvania, the M&M Painting and Construction, McGrewBid.com, BAPS Paints, Livewire Customs number 19, Brent Marks. And the defending World of Outlaws champion, the current points leader from Watertown, Connecticut, the shop Houstons.com, Houston Speedway, BillionAuto.com, Prosper Real Estate Investments, JRC Transportation, number 2, David Gravel. And the final driver rolling into the staging lane from Littlestown, Pennsylvania, the Brewer Home Improvements, J Fuels, Bigham Appraisal, GPS Plumbing, TNN Solutions, entry the driver Cody Hartlob. Final practice session of the Brickers French Fries Bash for the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series, brought to you by Wedge High Performance Karts, rolling around BAPS Motor Speedway. Officially underway with the final Wedge High Performance Karts practice session of the evening. Donnie Schatz into the top 5 at a 15.341. Cody Hartlob into the top 10. Logan Schuhart 11th so far overall. Bill Baylog now jumping to 6th at a 15.352. And Sheldon Hodenshield now the quickest, but David Gravel the only driver in the 14s in this group at a 14.924. Baylog up to 2nd at a 15.128. Fastest driver in the final Wedge High Performance Karts practice session for Flight B of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying, and fastest overall in Flight B, the number 2 of David Gravel, only driver into the 14-second range at 14.924 seconds. Bill Baylog 2nd at a 14.128, Sheldon Hodenshield 3rd at 14.145, Chase Dietz 4th, and Ashton Torgerson in 5th. Followed by Brent Marks in the 6th spot, Buddy Kofoid 7th, Donnie Schatz 8th, Troy Wagaman Jr. 9th, and Brock Zierfoss will round out the top 10. Flight B of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Set to roll, going to fire the engine on the 19R of Tyler Rutherford, the CNC repair and towing entry. See the hood off of that car as brings it to life down the front stretch. He'll head back to the pit area. Lance DeWeese was the fastest driver in Flight A of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying at 14.719 seconds. If anybody hopes to top him for tonight's Simpson Quick Time Award overall, they'll need to go faster than that. Flight B of Honest Abe Rubin qualifying. Stage outside of turns 1 and 2. First driver out in Flight B. From York, Pennsylvania, the Mountain Ridge Metal, David Hohenschuldt Welding, TL Capital, Glenville Station, Pub and Grub, Traco Manufacturing, 23D of Chase Dietz. And from Jonestown, Pennsylvania, the Moose's LZ Bar and Grill, Heavy Equipment, Loader Parts, C&D Rigging, Milton Hershey School, Adamski Trucking, number 3Z, Brock Zierfoss. Chase Dietz, 23D, Brock Zierfoss in the 3Z. First lap time for Chase Dietz, 14.791, 147.91. Brock Zierfoss, his first lap at a 15.242, 152. Dietz, second time across the line, 15.219, first lap better at 14.791. Second lap time for Brock Zierfoss at a 15.275. His first lap is official at 15.242. Last season's World of Outlaws Rookie of the Year from Pen Grove, California. In the Toyota Racing Development, Mobile One Roth Motorsports, Roth Enterprises, HR Livestock Transportation, number 83, Buddy Kofoid. And making his World of Outlaws debut this evening from Grantville, Pennsylvania, the J&S Classics, Randy Shearer, Heating and Plumbing, Sander Engineering, number 22 of Doug Hamaker. Buddy Kofoid in 83, Doug Hamaker in the 22. First time around for Buddy Kofoid is second, quick 14.982, 14982. Kofoid finishing 12th here with the World of Outlaws last year. First lap time for Hamaker is a 15.495, 15495. Kofoid's second lap goes in the books. It is a 14.984, first lap faster by 2 1/1000ths of a second, 14.982. And for Doug Hamaker, his second time across the line improves to a 14.425, 14425. From Lewis, Delaware, in the Capital Renegade Easy Go, Betts Garage, number 91, Preston Latimus. And the leading Kevin Gobrecht Award contender in 2025 from Canton, Illinois, the NOS Energy Drink King Racing Products, Jim Shooknick, High Performance Lubricants, Phillips and Tosco Developers, number 7S, Chris Wyndham. Preston Latimus in 91, Chris Wyndham in the 7S. Wyndham a winner here in USAC competition back in 2016. First lap time for Latimus, 15.749, 15749. Opening lap for Chris Wyndham is fourth quick at a 15.269, 15269. Second lap time for Preston Latimus, better at a 15.602, 15602. Chris Wyndham, second lap, third quick at a 15.142, 15142. The BAPS Motor Speedway track record holder leads the next pairing onto the Speedway from Spring Grove, Pennsylvania. The TC Packer, Karma Industrial Services, Mark Martin Motors, Livingston Lawn Care, Lefebvre Electric, number 75 of Cameron Smith. And joining him from York, Pennsylvania, the Bronco Billy Schaefer's Lawn Care, Whitcomb's Farm Market, Inch & Company Realty, Trevor Stubb, number 38 of Brett Strickler. Cameron Smith in 75, Brett Strickler in 38. Smith's first lap time 15.149, 15149. Opening lap for Brett Strickler is a 15.814, 15814. Second time by for Smith, 15.165. He'll stay with the first lap of 15.149. And for Brett Strickler, his second lap is better. It is a 15.775, 15775. Another Kevin Gobrecht Award contender from Leduc, Alberta, Canada, in the Warrior Building Development, Building Packages, Direct Nelson Brothers Construction, Pack Rat Dumpsters, number 99, Skylar G. And from Glendale, Arizona, the Pels Tire Service, RF Knox Company, Auto Barn, RSI Outdoors, Shark Racing, number 1A, Ashton Torgerson. Skylar G in 99, Ashton Torgerson in the 1A. Torgerson with that victory here on April 27th of this season. First lap time for Skylar G, third quick 15:132, 15132. Torgerson's opening lap time is a 15:227, 15227. Second lap for Skylar G, 15:091, 15091. And a problem for Ashton Torgerson as he coasts down the back straightaway. So Ashton Torgerson does get an official lap time of 15.227 seconds. We approach the halfway point of Flight B of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Chase Deeds quickest so far, 14.791. Buddy Kofoid second, 14.982. Skylar G, Chris Whittam, and Cameron Smith, the 5 fastest, as the next 2 Honest Abe Roofing qualifiers roll onto the Speedway. Car number 45, the Fleet Reps EMM Sales and Service, Whistler Motorsports, the Tree Center entry. Driver out of Ephrata, Pennsylvania is Jeff Halligan. And joining him from Hanover, Pennsylvania, in the Leland's Collectibles, Hefner Racing Enterprises, Blazers Body Shop, Ryder Racing Engines, number 27, Troy Wagaman Jr. Wagaman victorious here at BAPS Motor Speedway on May 18th of this year, giving him 2 career victories in 28 career starts here. Halligan finished second here on April 13th, the best of his 4 BAPS appearances in 2025, but also equaled the best of 14 career starts here in 410 competition. First lap time for Jeff Halligan is a 15:470, 15470. Troy Wagaman Jr. on lap 1 goes 15:560, 115.561. Second lap for Halligan, 6th quick at a 15:214, 15214. Wagaman's second lap, 3rd quick at a 15:061, 15061. Third quickest for the 27 of Troy Wagaman Jr. From Hanover, Pennsylvania, in car number 17 in the Polk Brothers Racing, Dynatech Controls, PhilPools.com, SCC Trucking entry is Dylan Norris. And from Columbia, Missouri, the SNS Nationwide CSC Group, LRI, Eagle Stop, Missouri Games, Impact Signs, Abbott Telecom, number 23, Garrett Williamson. Dylan Norris in 17 and Garrett Williamson in the 23. First lap for Dylan Norris, 7th quick, 15:206, 15206. And for Garrett Williamson, the opening lap time is 3rd quick at a 15:037, 15037. Second time by for Norris, 15:383. First lap quicker at 15:206. And Garrett Williamson's second lap time is a 15:162. He'll take the first lap, 15:037. Third of 14 so far in Flight B of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. From Myerstown, Pennsylvania, the M&M Painting and Construction with GroupBid.com, BAPS Paints, Livewire Customs number 19, Brent Marks, and the defending World of Outlaws champion from Watertown, Connecticut, the shop Houston's.com, Houston Speedway, BillionAuto.com, Prosper Real Estate Investments, JRC Transportation number 2, David Gravel. Brent Marks in 19, David Gravel in car number 2. First lap for Brent Marks, second quick, 14:978, 14978. First time around for David Gravel. Quick time, 14:749, 14749. Marks on lap 2, goes 15:334. His first lap better at 14:978. David Gravel out of turn 4. Lap number 2 is a 14:755. First lap, 14:749. David Gravel fastest so far in Flight B of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Leading the next two onto the Speedway, the 10-time champion from Fargo, North Dakota, the Advanced Auto Parts Curb Martin One Source number 15 of Donnie Schatz, and from Worcester, Ohio, the NOS Energy Drink West Tennessee Expediting Frozen Farmer Maximum Oil number 17, Sheldon Hot and Shield. Donnie Schatz in 15, Sheldon Hot and Shield in 17. Schatz on lap 1, 14th quick, 15.253, 15253. First time by for Sheldon Hot and Shield is 15th quick, 15.373, 15373. Shots on lap 2, up to 13th at a 15.237, 15237. And Sheldon Hot and Shield on lap 2, 15.334, 15334. Donnie Schatz 13th quick, Sheldon Hot and Shield 15th. From Hanover, Pennsylvania, in the C&D Rigging, riding Duramax Federated Auto Parts, Mark Martin Motors, number 1S, it is Logan Schuhart. And from Littlestown, Pennsylvania, the Brewer Home Improvements, J Fuels, Bingham Appraisal, GPS Plumbing, TNN Solutions, number 95, Cody Hartlaub. Logan Schuhart in 1S, Cody Hartlaub in the number 95. Schuhart's opening lap time, 17th quick, 15.43, 115.431. Cody Hartlaub's opening lap goes 10th quick at a 15.182, 15182. Second time by for Logan Schuhart, 15.583. First lap better at 15.431. And the second lap time for Cody Hartlaub is a 15.283. His first lap at 15.182 is official. And one more scheduled Honest Abe Roofing qualifier here in Flight B. He'll have the track to himself. He's the Alaskan native who now lives in Heartland, Wisconsin, driving the Anderson's Pure Maple Syrup, Honest Abe Roofing, Wayne Carini CPA, Indian Motorcycle of Metro Milwaukee, number 17B, the North Pole Nightmare, Bill Baylog. Bill Baylog in the 17B. Baylog finished 14th in World of Outlaws action here last season. He's made 4 career starts at BAPS Motor Speedway with his best finish of 2nd coming in 2020. Lap 1 for Baylog is 8th quick, 15.095, 15095. Second time for Bill Baylog. Second quick at a 14.782, 14782. Second quick in Flight B for Bill Baylog, but the fastest driver in Flight B of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying in car number 2, David Gravel, at 14.749 seconds. Bill Baylog's second quickest, Chase Dietz third, Brent Marks fourth, and Buddy Kofoid rounds out the top 5. One more time down to the infield and Connor Wade.
David Gravel quick time in Flight B. David, you and I were just talking. Flight A a little bit quicker than Flight B, but not a huge drop off. What kind of indication is that as far as what track we're going to have to meet race time?
You just saw the lines change in Group A. Those guys were lower in the track in 1 and 2, but higher in 3 and 4, and kind of flip-flopped there. So I think we'll have a pretty racy track. I think 3 and 4 will race pretty good. There's a lot of grip on the top of 1 and 2 right now, so I think that would be kind of be the dominant lane right now, but I think it's plenty hot enough. We'll widen this place out.
David Gravel, quick time in Flight B, fresh off that Hard Charger award at the King's Royal last Saturday night. John, an interesting note on Lance Deweese tonight, his first quick time with the Outlaws since 2021.
Thank you so much, Connor. And so Honest Abe Roofing qualifying is complete for the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series. We'll have a very special opening ceremonies coming up here in just a bit. You'll see it all after this quick break on DIRTVision.
If your answer to the summer heat is let it rain, we're looking for you. Join us at Toyota Racing.
Built to win, not for show. Wedge carts are hand-built, American-made, and purpose-built for dirt. No fluff, just pure stock class performance. Get the Wedge Edge at wedgecarts.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2024 World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series champion, David Gravel.
Get all your official David Gravel merchandise at track or online at shopdgr.com.
There's a moment behind the wheel of what I've built, where power overrides gravity, and I hit that zero moment. Zero doubts, zero fear, zero competition. No rule or mold I can't break. And limits, absolutely zero. And there's a NOS Zero sugar to get me there.
America rules, and so does real American beer. Get some, brother.
Racing is tough. It's not a sport for the weak, and the winning desire has to flow through your veins. Established in 1993 and only stocked in top-rated manufacturers is why BR Motorsports is your one-stop shop when it comes to your sprint car and midget needs. Call us today at 1-800-328-3333 and talk to racers to get the right parts you need when you need them. BR Motorsports, the leaders in sprint car parts technology.
The greatest show on dirt has returned to BAPS Motor Speedway for the 5th time in series history for the running of the Brickers French Fries Bash. 43 sprint cars signed into the pit area. We had completed our Wedge High Performance Karts practice sessions and Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. And very shortly, we will be having a very special opening ceremonies presentation. A reminder, there are 3 more nights of World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series action to come in the week, and that includes 2 more here in Pennsylvania as we move over to the Williams Grove Speedway on Friday and Saturday for the C&D Rigging Summer Nationals, and then cap off the weekend up in New York with the Empire State Challenge at Weedsport Speedway. And of course, if you're not able to make it out to those events, live coverage of every World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series event on DIRTVision. Make sure you check it out, DIRTVision.com, for all the pertinent information there. Heat race lineups have been posted back in the pit area, and again, our thanks to York Excavating for providing $200 to each heat race winner here this evening. A look at Souvenir Row behind the grandstands down toward corner number 1 at BAPS Motor Speedway, and of course it includes the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series official souvenir trailer, where you'll find all the great merchandise you've come to expect from the greatest show on dirt. And along with that, many of the souvenir and apparel trailers of the World of Outlaws teams, the NOS Energy Drink show car down there as well, and the NOS Energy Drink sampling rig. So we are set now to officially get things underway, and for opening ceremonies, we'll go down to the front stretch and Connor Wade.
It's a very special opening ceremonies this evening, as it is every time the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series comes to BAPS for the Brickers Bash. We welcome everybody here in the crowd and that's watching back home on DIRTVision. Before we have everyone stand, we want to take you through a couple of very special things. The National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum in Knoxville, Iowa, as it always does, held its induction ceremony in June, and 3 individuals who mean a lot to sprint car racing in the region of central Pennsylvania were inducted into the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame. And for a special presentation and to honor those 3 members, we'd like to welcome the track announcer, Dave Hare.
Thank you, Connor. Great to be here with you. Great turnout tonight. Thanks for being here for the Brickers Bash. Well, the end of May, the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame did indeed induct their latest class into the Hall of Fame in Knoxville, Iowa. And among them were 3 individuals from Pennsylvania who've made significant contributions to our sport. Davy Brown Jr., mechanic, driver Todd Schaefer, and engine builder Don Ott. And we'd like to recognize these 3 folks here tonight, present them with a commemorative plaque. We'll begin with Davy Brown Jr. Well, the list of drivers that Jr. worked with over the course of his career reads like a list of who's who among sprint car drivers in central Pennsylvania. In 1978, at age 20, he won his first Williams Grove National Open with driver Kramer Williamson. In 1982 and 83, he was back on the front stretch at the Grove with National Sprint Car Hall of Famer Lynn Paxton. 84 through 86, it was Doug Wolfgang. In 1988, Kenny Jacobs made his way to victory lane in the Williams Grove National Open with Davy's help. And in 1993, he supported Don Kreitz Jr., who claimed the victory in the Natty O. Add to that a pair of Knoxville national titles, 1984 and 85 with Doug Wolfgang, and it's easy to see why this guy is a Hall of Famer. And oh, by the way, who can forget that 1985 season when through his efforts, Doug Wolfgang notched 55 wins in that single season. Because of his accomplishments, he is now a National Sprint Car Hall of Famer. And here to accept the commemorative plaque on behalf of his late son, he himself a National Sprint Car Hall of Famer, please welcome Davy Brown Sr. Well, Davy, thank you, brother. It was good to see you at Knoxville this year. That was a special time. How about it?
It was a great time. Haven't been there for a little while, and a lot of times there we're racing. We don't have time to go to the Hall of Fame, and anybody don't go want to see them, they should all go to the Hall of Fame. It's quite a place. Them guys do a heck of a job. They all work very hard, and it's such an honor. And I get back, hope I get back to go again because I had such a good time.
Oh, that was awesome. Tell me, what did it mean to you to have your son recognized for his accomplishments and inducted into the Hall of Fame alongside you?
Well, you know, just so important. He certainly deserved it. I mostly did motor work, and he worked on the cars, and probably better at it than I was. But considering all we accomplished, why, I think he deserved to be in there, and I certainly appreciate Hall of Fame for doing it. So it was, you know, I'm really proud of it.
Davey, was there an accomplishment or a race that he was most proud of?
I don't know. When Williams Grove opens and winning Knoxville, it's always a big deal. And we won Kings Row at Eldora once or twice, I forget. At least once, I know. And of course, there's, you know, winning 55 races in 1 year. I mean, that's unheard of. I doubt if that ever happened again. But all his accomplishments, they all add up, and it just all come from a lot of hard work. You know, we all worked hard. Doug worked as hard as anybody. He drove, but then we all worked hard night and day on them cars, and it showed up.
Davey, I know you've got some hard work to do tonight on that 69K, so we'll let you get going. Good luck tonight, friend.
Okay, thank you very much.
Accepting on behalf of his late son, Davy Brown Sr. Nice round of applause for Hall of Fame inductee, Davy Brown Jr. Next up, driver Todd Schaefer. Across his career, he notched some 13 track titles across the region. 5 at Port Royal, 4 at Selinsgrove, 3 at Williams Grove, and a track title at Sharon Speedway in Ohio. Along the way, he was a 3-time winner of the prestigious Tuscarora 50 at Port Royal Speedway. He saw the checkers on 4 occasions at the Selinsgrove National Open. Among his 196 career wins was a victory against the World of Outlaws at Selinsgrove Speedway. Please welcome him back to BAPS Motor Speedway, now a National Sprint Car Hall of Famer, Pennsylvania's own Mr. Excitement, Todd Schaefer. Congratulations, my friend.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for having me here tonight. Appreciate it.
Todd, tell us about that phone call that you received to say you, my friend, are a Hall of Famer.
Well, when I got nominated, which was a year or two before that, I paid attention, and I actually didn't know that the voting was that time, and it was winter. I was down in front of the wood stove and got a call from Knoxville, Iowa, and picked it up and told me I couldn't tell anybody for 2 days. So I didn't tell my wife or anybody, but no, it was great. You put in the hours and all the hard work and have results, and I never thought about the Hall of Fame until it was over. And I ran against such a great list of competitors: Raymer, DeWeese, Kreitz, Hodnett, Kaufman, and any that I missed. Just such a great group, and I saw them going in, and I wondered, had I done enough? And pretty cool. And I want to tell everybody, like Davey said, you all need to go to Knoxville. They treat you great out there. The Hall of Fame is unbelievable, and really glad to be a part of it. And I want to thank Colton and the Gobrecks, anybody has to do with the Speedway, for having me here and doing this. Our fans are the greatest. Love us or hate us. When the traveling teams came, they all rooted for us, and it was great to be part of Pennsylvania.
Todd, what was Todd Schaefer's legacy in Pennsylvania sprint car racing?
I just stood on the gas, tried to do the best I could, and I was fortunate enough to have a mechanic, Jimmy Russell, hook up with me and tame me down a little bit, and at the end, dry, slick, anything, we stood a chance of winning, and that's what I think you need to be able to do. You know, I was just on the gas, up on the wall, I could go, and he made me a better racer, and those guys I raced against, I beat them, whatever you said, 190 some times, so we're pretty proud of that.
Well, Todd, congratulations. We appreciate you taking time to be with us here this evening. Well-deserved induction into the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame. Man, that was a fun ceremony. Hope you really enjoyed it, my friend.
Yep, I did. Thanks a lot. Thanks, fans.
Mr. Excitement, it's Todd Schaefer. The final individual that we recognize tonight, he's out and about. He's on vacation right now. After decades of commitment to his craft, Don Ott was unable to get away for vacation, but now he is doing so with his wife. They are traveling the country. Don, formerly from Eastern Pennsylvania. Next door neighbor was Fred Raymer. There's your easy entry into motorsports. He was turning wrenches for a while before Bob Weichert hired him to build engines, and then from there, it just took off. Hall of Famers, weekend warriors alike from around the country have relied on Don Ott Powered to propel them to victory lane. And in the event that he is tuned in on DIRTVision tonight, how about a nice round of applause for Don Ott? Connor Wade, more recognition tonight. You've got some special guests.
Yeah, thank you, Dave. You know, it's hard to come to BAPS Motor Speedway and not think about Kevin Gobrecht, a talented World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink sprint car driver who passed away tragically in an outlaw race at I-80 in 1999. And to continue Kevin's legacy in sprint car racing, many years ago, the Outlaws slapped Kevin's name on the Rookie of the Year award. It's the Kevin Gobrecht Rookie of the Year award to honor the top rookie with the greatest show on dirt each season. And we think about Kevin and remember Kevin's legacy whenever we come to BAPS Motor Speedway and Lincoln Speedway. His brother Scott, the owner of those two great facilities, and the Gobrecht family still very much involved. And we'd like to start off by welcoming the 2024 Kevin Gobrecht Rookie of the Year award winner for the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series, Buddy Kofoid. Buddy has a special gift and a special presentation that we do here at BAPS every season in honor of Kevin Dobrecht for the Dobrecht family. You know, you grew up watching the World of Outlaws. You're living out the dream of racing with him. You beat out Bill Baylog and Landon Crawley last year to be the Series Rookie of the Year. Will that be something that you carry with you for the rest of your life?
I think so, definitely. You know, to do it, you know, to me in the greatest dirt series in the world is special, and to do it in front of, you know, a bunch of fans all over the country, you know, like the Pennsylvania fans, is an honor to race in front of you guys, but also to do it in Kevin's name, you know, special. Unfortunately, I wasn't born yet when he passed away, so I never got to watch him and appreciate what he was able to do behind a sprint car. But, you know, like I said, it's just an honor to race, you know, or to earn that in his honor. And, you know, like I said, racing with the Outlaws is something I've wanted to do my whole life, and worked really hard to be here and to try and survive out here. So to be recognized with that, you know, and have the year we had last year is just really special for me.
And now at this time, we'd like to welcome the parents of Kevin Dobrecht, Bob and Donna Dobrecht, as well as some members of the Dobrecht family. And Buddy has a special bouquet of roses to present to Donna, the mother of the late Kevin Dobrecht. Donna, what does it mean to you to continue to have Kevin's name a part of the World of Outlaws?
It means a lot when I hear Johnny Gibson say the Kevin Dobrecht Rookie of the Year. It reminds me of how hard Kevin worked all those years to become an outlaw. That was his dream from the time he raced go-karts and micros, and he made it, and he was very proud to be an outlaw.
Thank you for being here, and thanks for taking some time to speak a few words with us. How about it, ladies and gentlemen, for Donna Dobrecht, the Dobrecht family, and the 2024 Kevin Dobrecht Rookie of the Year Award winner, Buddy Kofoid. And now we ask everyone watching at home on DIRTVision to keep their eyes on their screen and direct everyone here at BAPS Motor Speedway to pay attention to the video board outside 1 and 2. Everyone with the World of Outlaws, NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series, and World Racing Group proud to unveil the first ever logo for the Kevin Dobrecht Rookie of the Year Award.
Imagine this year with our rookie season. And
really proud and looking forward to having that logo on the trophy and with the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series all season long for many years to come as we award the Kevin Dobrecht Rookie of the Year Award. Once again, we thank the Dobrecht family for being here with us this evening and everything they do for the sport of sprint car racing. It's time for our national anthem this evening. We asked everybody in the crowd to please rise if you're able, and gentlemen, remove cover. Here to perform the Star Spangled Banner this evening, please welcome Adley Burke.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free
It's the rivalry of the Outlaws versus the Posse, and it's heat race time at BAPS.